Italy, a nation historically shaped by its proximity to the Mediterranean, has long been a crossroads for cultures and civilizations. But today, the sea that once symbolized opportunity has become a harbinger of crisis. Thousands of migrants, fleeing conflict and poverty, attempt to reach the shores of Italy each year, and the numbers are growing at an alarming rate. In 2023 alone, over 127,000 migrants entered Italy via dangerous sea routes. They come from countries ravaged by war, instability, and poverty, risking everything in overcrowded and unsafe boats. The scale of the crisis is immense, and it has overwhelmed Italy's ability to cope. In just one day, Italy may face as many as 7,000 migrants arriving on more than 120 boats. This unprecedented flow of people has stretched the country's systems to their breaking point. While Italy has tried to maintain a humanitarian approach, the overwhelming numbers have made this unsustainable. The southern region, particularly Sicily, has become the focal point of this crisis. Tensions between migrants and local populations are rising, as the strain on resources, housing, and basic services intensifies. Despite efforts by Italy's government to integrate migrants into the workforce, the social fabric is being tested. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has responded with a series of hardline measures. She has criticized the European Union for failing to address the crisis effectively and has called for stricter border controls. Meloni's stance on immigration is clear: Italy must prioritize its security and economic stability. But despite these efforts, the migrant flow continues. In 2024, the number of arrivals has risen by 30%, illustrating the growing challenge Italy faces. While Italy's government pushes for stronger policies, including agreements with countries like Tunisia, the influx persists. The consequences are felt not only in the political sphere but also in the everyday lives of Italians. Increased competition for jobs, housing shortages, and rising poverty rates have led to growing resentment in certain areas. As economic pressures mount, the strain on Italy's social systems becomes ever more apparent. In some areas, the presence of migrants has sparked fears of rising crime and instability, deepening the divide between the local population and newcomers. These social tensions are fueling political movements on both the far right and left. As Italy grapples with this crisis, the European Union's response remains a point of contention. Meloni has called for a major overhaul of EU migration policies, arguing that Italy cannot bear the burden alone. Her call for solidarity within Europe grows louder as the crisis intensifies. Italy stands at a crossroads. The migration crisis is not just a challenge for Italy, it is a test for the future of Europe itself. Will Italy and the EU find a solution to this escalating crisis, or will the strain prove too great? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.